is self-correcting. Our timeline is changing.
So what is there, 2 of us running around here?
There is a wanted poster for you.
You're internet famous.
If we don't fix this, then we become those other versions of ourselves.
Okay, well, I'm cool, but you're, ugh.
Hey guys, this is Leo here from Dean Winchester. So I just finished recording my audio for last night's episode reaction / breakdown. Again, one of the most emotional episodes and ending scenes in the series history, one of the best. That is the core of the show. That's what makes Supernatural great. They should really just focus on that in all the episodes, because the focus has been straying away from that for so long. But I'm not gonna get into too much details into that because that's a whole other video I'm gonna be making. So this video is about next week's episode, so the time is finally here for that iconic moment, the milestone, the 300th episode of Supernatural, guys. Big moment. Who expected it? Not even the cast and crew. No, not Kripke, the show creator, expected it. No one did. And it's still going strong. It was a big announcement of season 15 we got yesterday. It's a great time for Supernatural fans to be alive and enjoying the show.
Sam, enjoy the show?
We got all these great things happening at the same time. The announcement of season 15 yesterday. It's a great episode, a great ending we had in last night's episode. And the 300th episode coming next week with Dean Winchester's return to the show. A lot of awesome things happening. So in this video I'll be discussing next week's promo and the theories we got. You know, I made several videos about that before we seen the promo. John's return, the storyline, the time travel, all of that stuff. So we got a very quick, light-hearted promo for next week's episode. John wasn't actually featured in a promo, which is kind of odd for me, kind of like they're trying to hide it, even though they already talked about it and announced it in details way ahead of time. So whoever made the promo probably didn't think it was gonna be announced before, so they're trying to be more cryptic. Either that, or John, unfortunately, you're not gonna have big screen time, because from what I know, he's only Jeffrey D. Morgan was only on set for 2 days of filming, so they must have condensed his scene really a lot to get a lot out of him in those 2 days, like filmed a lot of scenes with him in those 2 days. Or the other possibility, which I'm concerned about, is he doesn't have a lot of screen time, not based on a quick promo of like 20 seconds of him not being in it or anything, but that's just a feeling based on 2 days of filming, unless again they filmed really quick, which I doubt they would do that. Normally the episodes take 8 days, but it only took them 2 days for Jeffrey D. Morgan, so I don't know, guys. I hope at least he's in half the episode, if not most of it. Because showrunners did say it's going to be John-centric, so you'd think it's going to be mostly John. But I know there's going to be other things in it, like the whole time travel thing, and Zechariah's coming back. We're going to see the old version of Cass, like season 4 Cass, which is pretty cool because he was the coolest Cass on the show so far, much cooler than the one we have now. Was like the fierce warrior of heaven Cass who scared demons away. Now he's a punching bag Cass, essentially, as all of you already know. So it's good to see classic Cass. Zechariah coming back. I don't like him, but it's good to see someone from from the past, from the classic good old seasons. Kind of reminds me of the whole thing. And we get some humorous moments in a promo about, different alternate timelines, and Dean is a wanted criminal. We see this funny mugshot of Dean from one of the older seasons when he talks about being Aquarius and all of that, and he's being funny in prison. So we see a mugshot that says Dean Winchester, reward $100,000, which is pretty funny. So I'm very excited to see where this alternate timelines will go, and talking about Sam being famous or something. So that all looks really fun and looks like one of those wacky classic Supernatural episodes where they flip the script. Essentially, it's going to be very different, obviously, from any other episode, especially this particular season we're in now. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't think it's going to have a big focus on the whole arc of the season with Michael. It's going to be mentioned briefly, like we saw in that clip that was just published from next week's episode, where someone steals Dean's baby. Some people in the comments say this could be John stealing his car, because it's John's car originally, and if they already traveled back in time and someone took Dean's cars, then it would be John thinking, oh, found my car or something. So that's a funny theory which I could see happening very much, because that would be a hilarious scene if Dean goes crazy over someone stealing his car, goes after that person, only to find out it's his dad, and that's how John comes back. through some kind of time travel. So that's why it's only gonna be one episode. So it's not exactly a dream, but it's a very temporary, weird scenario. And we know it's gonna be a wish comes true. So how does time travel factor in that wish? Will the wish include time travel, or the time travel will somehow lead to the wish? We don't know exactly how the dynamic will work in that episode, but yeah, I really hope that's John stealing essentially his car from Dean, who inherited it from him. And Dean originally made John pick the car when he traveled back in time, which is one of those great, like, mind-bending things about time travel of, you know, Dean inheriting a car from John, but Dean is the one who actually made him choose the car to begin with. It's a whole headache going on, paradox with time, you know. You can think about that all day and you're still gonna get, like, headaches from it. But yeah, we seem to get part of that back in this episode. I always enjoy those time travel episodes, and I'm fascinated by the concept of time travel in general. I'm glad they're gonna use it in this episode, and I enjoyed it almost every time they used it in the series before, and we haven't gotten a time travel episode in a long time. So yeah, the milestone coming, guys. John coming back, love him or hate him, is gonna be a big iconic comeback, and they're gonna have closure, like we read in the articles. Although in my opinion they already had closure before John died, and when he came back to help him kill Yellow Eyes. He already had his speech with Dean, he had his speech with Sam before he sacrificed himself to save Dean's life. He gave the call to Yellow Eyes and gave him his soul, went to hell for Dean. He already had a great emotional speech, goodbye speech to Dean before he died. And he already had his emotional goodbye speech to Sam too, even though he didn't tell him he's gonna do it. Obviously he was hiding that. But he already talked to Sam about them always fighting with each other, butting heads. So the fact is, John, in my opinion, already had his closure with the boys. The issue is, Jeffrey D. Morgan touched on in recent interviews and over the years, that the newer writers kept talking trash about John in newer seasons, saying he was a terrible, abusive father and all of that, which Jeffrey D. Morgan didn't think that's how he was playing him in earlier seasons, and that wasn't his character in earlier seasons before he died in Kripke era. So Kripke didn't intend for his character to be an abusive, neglectful father or anything, and I never saw him like that. Obviously he wasn't a perfect father, but he's one of the best fathers for sure, considering at least his sacrifice for his boys, for Dean specifically, at the end. How can you look at that and say he was a terrible father? I mean, you obviously don't understand the show if that's what your opinion of John is. You must be like a new fan of the show or something who only watches the recent seasons and thinks that's what Supernatural is about. Well, guess what? No, it's not. Supernatural is actually season 1 to 14 and beyond. So you have to take everything in context. You see what happens. Mary's death, she burned on a ceiling by a demon. What do you expect out of John? I mean, obviously he's gonna go mental, and he did the best with what he had, raising the boys to protect themselves and to save others, to prevent that from happening to other families. That is a heroic action. That's not a terrible, abusive father action. So a lot of fans are twisting John, really, and the newer writers are not helping. So Jeffrey D. Morgan is happy to come back to correct that misconception over the years that kind of ruined his character. And I've never viewed his character as a bad character, and even with the newer interpretations of John, if you want to call them that, from the newer writers, it never convinced me otherwise that he is a bad father. So yeah, I'm excited to see him come back and fix all that BS from the recent years about John. His emotional reunion with the boys, the first time the whole Winchester family will be together as adults this time, because a lot of people are saying it's the first time they'll be together, period. Not true, because they were together in the pilot episode when Sammy was a baby, Dean was a child, there was Mary and John before Mary died, before John died, before the boys grew up. They were all in that scene together, so it's not exactly the first time like a lot of people claim. It's the first time they're together as adults, but it's not the first time, period. So I'm excited to see them all together as adults, obviously. And I'm looking forward to that exciting, you know, wacky element of time travel. Sam and Dean playing different versions, like Jared said he's gonna play a different version of Sam in a recent con. And some fan in the comments mentioned that, oh, this could be the episode where Jared was talking about by playing a new version of Sam. That seems like a funny version of Sam this time. So yeah, I agree with that fan. Definitely seems like the case. This will be the new version of Sam we're gonna see next episode. So yeah guys, obviously super excited and proud of Supernatural and the fandom for reaching that great milestone, and super excited to watch that great milestone, watch John's comeback. Next week, another great exciting time for Supernatural fans. Let me know down below what you guys think of the promo and everything we talked about as far as 300th episode so far. And again, congrats to all of us on season 15 renewal, and keep renewing it until like season 50 or 100. I'm on board. As long as you keep making it, I'll keep watching. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Subscribe for more awesome Supernatural content. Till next time, as always, no chick flick moments.
Awesome. That's awesome. Right. Come on.
You know what? You're awesome.
Thanks. You too, I guess.